I'm joined in studio by Marlene Potgieter. She's the author of Social Media and Employment Law, and we're going to have a chat about her book today. Marlene, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Now, this is something so new because really we're hearing lots of stories, especially from friends and people online who've gotten into serious trouble when it comes to what they've posted on social media and their workplace. Now, this is new territory for so many people. Talk to us about that.
What's interesting about it is that it's new in a way, but the law hasn't changed at all. What it's done is it's kind of put a microscope on laws that have been around for quite a while and rules and procedures that have been around in the workplace. But it's actually just mushroomed in such a way, or the exposure, that the potential exposure through social media is so much bigger, that it's actually focused and highlighted areas of law that have been around for a long time in a way that's never happened before.
That's so interesting because one would assume that there would be new laws for Twitter or Facebook, but you're telling me this isn't really the case.
I suppose it's a different way of looking at the law, but the difference with social media is the instant dissemination to an absolutely vast audience, which has never been there before. So in the past, you'd be able to say something about an organization and you'd chat at a dinner party and you perhaps influence 10 people at the dinner party who would then in turn influence perhaps about 20 people if they remembered to say something about it the next day. But now somebody's tweeting and it instantly reaches a much, much wider audience. So if you were to take that example, for instance, if you diss your company with a group of 10 people around a dinner party, then it influences those 10 people, and maybe or maybe not it comes to the attention of the organization. But if you put it on Twitter, that same conversation just gets expanded in a way that has never ever happened before. So the question of reputation to companies has always been there. It's the vastness of the audience and the speed of the dissemination that has changed the approach to it.
Now, I don't think many people necessarily think before they tweet.
No.
And we've certainly seen this with people getting into huge trouble with their employers, many people losing their jobs. So let's get straight into it. As a general rule, what can't I do? What can't I tweet about when it comes to my employer?
Well, virtually nothing. So many people, just about every single incident that happens, you want to go to the employee, shake them and go, what were you thinking? Why did you do that? People don't think before they tweet. So generally speaking, don't say anything about your company that isn't nice and good and enhances the reputation of the company. Because that principle's always been there. You should never say anything that'll damage the reputation of the organization. And the organization has a right to preserve their reputation and not to have it harmed. So the general principle is just steer clear of anything that relates to the organization unless you have direct permission to say something about them.
Now, what about the person who says, okay, Marlene, I'll keep it off Twitter, I'll keep it off Instagram, those are very public, but my Facebook page is me and my buddies. Why can't I put it on Facebook?
Okay, that's the standard stock response. It's my private Facebook page and I can put on it what I like. Here's the thing, what I say to employees is read my lips, there's nothing private about Facebook. And you cannot have an expectation of privacy with Facebook. Yes and no is the answer to that argument. Sure, you have a private Facebook page, but you have to ask yourself, have I invoked all privacy settings that are available to me from the Facebook perspective? The minute you start making friends with colleagues, customers, people that are related to the organization, your boss, why would you befriend your boss on Facebook and then say something rude about the organization? You can kiss the right to privacy goodbye because you yourself have expanded that right to privacy. You've actually expanded the circle. And the minute you do that, you cannot have an expectation of privacy. If you've evoked all the privacy settings, you know that sort of page that comes up and says, I agree or I accept the terms and conditions that nobody ever reads. I mean, have you read any of those terms and conditions?
Embarrassingly, no.
No, of course not. Nobody does. Not even I don't. And I'm a lawyer. I should know better. So most people just, they want to get onto the page, they want to sign up, so they just scroll down to the bottom, don't look at what's on it, click where's the tick box, tick it, and you've never read the terms and conditions. My advice to everyone is go back and have a look at what the terms and conditions are of all the social media pages that you are involved in. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Twitter makes no bones about the fact that this is instantly disseminated to the world. They actually say that. This is a public face to the world. You cannot expect privacy. But you are right in evoking the Facebook question. make sure that you go back and have a look, that you've looked at all your privacy settings and ticked whatever it is that you need to tick to make sure that it is private.